and we'll see that top speed. I'm guessing 40, 42. You can see how close the gears are to each other. That's it. That's wound right out, 5th gear. I'm not going to hold it there for too long, but whatever that was is pretty darn close to top speed. Not overly impressive, but the low end torque, you know, that kind of makes up for it on that end. It's not a speed demon for sure. See, I'll go one more time, see what we can get. Like I said, it's really winding. Alright, then we'll stop here. We'll see what we can get to. About 40, maybe 41, 42. And that was pretty close. I'd say 45 and you're maxing out pretty good. In there, that's you know, 45, you don't want to be at that for too long. So here's first gear. Very short shifts on these things, first through basically fourth, really close together. That's about it. That's about it. Might be able to get a little more, but I don't want to beat this thing to death, so. Now we're out on the road. Hoping you guys can see the speedometer, but we'll do the test run here. That's full throttle, giving her all she's got. There's 45. Little downhill section. Well, running 6,400 RPMs, and it dropped down to 63 actually. So it's definitely governed at a low RPM. But looks like 45 from the speedometer. I'll see what the GPS says, but all right, first gear. See how close the gears are together on this. Very close. 4th and 5th is probably the biggest spread. See, she's wound right out right there. Might get another mile or two out of it an hour, but that's about it. That's full throttle, maxed out. But I got the GPS running on here anyways. Gets up to 30 very quick. There's 40. And you can kind of on an uphill slope too, but 49, 50, that's about it. I think I've seen 52 on it, but it just kind of cuts out right there. 50, 51. So we can just back off because me going full throttle isn't helping things. Full throttle. 30, 35, there's 40 on the speedo, 45. Fifth gear again, wide open, and she is screaming. I wouldn't want to hold it here for too long. That is max speed right there. Whatever that is, that's where she goes, drive. So, decent power out of the hole. You can feel it lose it a little bit in the mid-range, but you know, we're doing 40 right now. She's catching back up. There's 50 miles an hour. It's plenty of speed for you know, these big heavy utility machines, but you know, it's about 55, and it's not over revving, so about 56, I'd say your top speed is. Maybe down a hill you can get 60 out of it, but right. As you can see, she picks up to 30 real quick. There's 40. And what are we running? We're running about actually this one's it must be geared a little differently. We're running almost 6,000 RPMs right there. Like, now there's 6,000, so it is still climbing on the RPMs, but it's bouncing back and forth. So we're doing about 55. And now, 0. Full throttle. $54, $55. I'll let off it a little bit here, and then I'll chomp on it when I get to the end. And let's see what we get. 52, 4, 55, 56, 57. Looks like that's about it. 57 miles an hour. Switch it back in auto. You can do that anytime. Just make sure your hands off the throttle, I think they say. Oh, we'll give her a whirl. Right there, she shifted into third. And we'll see what we can do without getting spun off the road here. 57, 58, 59. 60. So we hit 60. I know it can do a little more than that, but the roads are not real hard, you know. They're not cooperating for a top speed test, but 60 out of it. There's no way. I just see what we did. There's no way we're gonna get to 70, but we'll go ahead and try this thing. See, it really does have good acceleration all the way to 40 miles. I mean, it keeps climbing, so right there, 50. Slight downhill slope now. 59, 60 miles an hour right there. And I can see my windshields are all flopping around pretty hard. See if we can get 60, 62. We'll see. Spinning right off the bat, but now we're going. Going pretty good right there. I'm gonna guess that's mid-50s or so. Maybe. We'll see. Well, that's all she had. You can see aggressive start. Just a 30 very quick. 40, 50. Yeah, pretty good. 65. Well, we're gonna bury the speedo. 70 on the speedo. Do one more little run here. Yeah, I'm impressed. At the beginning, and then she just grips and rips. Right there, 60 miles an hour. And she's off the limiter at about 65 on the speedo. But, so you could definitely get some more speed out of stock, I would think, but this is about 50 miles an hour, and you punch it, and it's got plenty to go. And it gets right up to that 65. We'll see what we get here. That's all she wrote. That was fifth gear, pulling 7,500 RPMs, which is very close to the rev limiter, I'm pretty sure. So, and we'll see what she does. 'Get going downhill here. $64, $66, $67. There's 70. Wow. 71, 72. 72 miles an hour is what I get out of this. The range. Take off. Holds right at around 7,000 RPMs. Backed off a little bit there, but there we go. Now we're into the 70 range, 72, 73. 73 is what I saw on the speedometer.